everyone, and welcome back to The Forge. Today we're going to be starting a new series on a sword build. We're going to be building this project right here. Now this project is loosely based on a Greek Kopis. It's more of a Hollywooded up version of what that sword would be. And I'm going to take liberties and do some things that I want to do. Try out some new stuff I haven't done before. So let's go ahead and get the forge lit up and get to hammering out some metal. Let's get after it. Alright, we're going to be forging this out of some 5160 spring steel. We got a 2-inch wide piece, 1/4 of an inch thick. Now the dimensions of our sword is going to be a 24-inch sword overall with a 16.5-inch blade. And so we're going to start forming the tip and forming the piece that will become the clip point, and then we'll use the press to forge in the belly and get down to where the guard and the through tang will be. So let's get this metal tossed in here and let's get to work. Alright, I'm going to start bringing this out right here to form the clip point of this. we've got most of this straightened up here, we're going to go over to the press, and I'm going to come in here and press this down. Right now we're at 2 inches across this bar, and we only need to be 1.5 inches for this sword. So we're going to go ahead and throw this back in the forge, get it heated up, and get that pressed down. Now that we've finished our rough forging of our sword here, we're going to go ahead and move over to the grinders and clean up this profile. We ended up being a little bit longer than we initially thought we was going to be. There's nothing wrong with a little extra length. We're going to go ahead and grind the tang in here. We're going to grind the perimeter, and then we should be good to go. So let's get a 36 grit belt on this machine and get after it. Alright, this 36 grit belt that I'm going to start with is actually one of our older belts that's been used for the projects. I mentioned before in past videos, when you first start grinding on these, especially when you're doing the rough profiling on a freshly forged object, use an older belt to knock that scale off, because scale is extremely tough, and this will save your other belts from getting wore out, because as soon as this hits the edge of that scale, it's going to dull the fire out of this. But this being an older belt, we'll be good to go. We got plenty to replace it with. So let's go ahead and get this on here, and let's get to shaping this sword. I took some masking tape and a Sharpie, and I've laid out the shape we want this. We're going to get it ground to shape. Always remember your safety equipment, PPE, respiratory protection. And with that, that's where we're going to stop for today's episode. We got our blade forged out. We got it rough profile down to what it should be. The perimeter's all cleaned up. Next video, we'll get to putting some rough bevels in. We'll get it heat treated to start work on the handguard and the pommel. I appreciate you for joining us today. If you would hit that like and subscribe button. Remember to ring the bell for notifications, and we'll catch you on the next one. You have a good one.